I'll go Chris or Cab, 1 or 2. I'm kind of out of it because I've been at home with back surgery and all that, so I haven't seen people ride. So supposedly Cab's got some juice in him this year. I'm always a fan of the dark horse. We're looking at his chicken legs right now.
Eric Nash,
right?
the dark horse.
There's his pie wheels. I think that's Eric right there. So, yeah, Miller 1, Cab 2. And I would love to see Eric do well for once, since the judges here just like to kind of softly kiss and caress him.
You know what?
Rather than judge him the way he should be judged.
McGill has been ripping.
Yeah, that's what I heard too. Lonnie was skating really good until he blew his knee out, so he's just kind of here to take a victory lap. Like I said, if Stedham actually stayed in the bowl, that'd be nice. Nicky Guerrero's always a dark horse.
Yeah, Nicky is great.
He's super rad. I got nothing good to say about Eddie Elguera at all, so I'll just keep quiet so the powers that be don't yell at me. Supposedly Hosoi is feigning injury yet again. I'd really like to see Christian try for once. But supposedly he's just going to take a victory lap and do a layback. Hopefully the crowd, that ego of his will kick in with this crowd, and that chest will start puffing up, kind of like Chris Russell's does now. Ooh, and and ho-ho, and, and stuff will start to happen.
I love it. Our first skater for heat number 1 is going to be a scratch, so we are starting off with Eric Nash.
All right,
here comes the dark horse, baby.
No Mickey Alba, but we got Eric Nash in there, and I haven't had a chance to skate with him recently, but I saw him ripping Lance's bowl a few years ago before he tore it out. And Eric is he's an amazing rider. He's huge, and he's super consistent.
You grew up by this guy, right, Grosso?
Yeah. Eric and I have been skating together since we were 10 years old.
Nice.
So I'm super biased against him. He actually knows how to ride a pool, whereas some of these guys that enter this contest, not so much in the legends, but yeah, he knows how to ride pools, man. I need a Valium.
And of course, Pat Noho, one of the most consistent guys out there, but we still got Eric. He's got a few more seconds left.
Check it out. We got this little screen over here next to the monitor we're watching. All the scores pop up there. It's pretty cool. We can just watch it the whole time. You don't like that?
There's no, it's street league stuff. There's no way for them to self-correct, the judges. So when the judges get it wrong, at the end they look at it and they go, oh, we got it wrong. They can't juggle it because now we all know.
Yeah. And
it happens. It happened a lot last year, which is why you saw a bunch of fetuses on the deck instead of some of the people that should have been. That's just my one man's opinion.
That is Jeff Grosso speaking, ladies and gentlemen.
Here's a Lester Kasai with his hot tank top right now.
New dad, Lester Kasai, that is.
Letting the world know he's in shape at 50.
Now that he's a father, he's an ex-undercover ladies man.
Board slide through the corner. These guys are trying to get 6 spots to the Legends Finals to join Chris Miller and Caballero. So there are 2 Legends semifinals heat, top 6 advance.
Now, Jeff, how would you describe the way Lester used to skate the original Upland contest in the original Combi Bowl back in the day?
Oh, he was one of the best people to ever drop into it.
He was amazing to watch.
They held a contest in the middle of the winter. The Badlands is super gnarly, super hot in the summer, super cold in the winter. They held a contest in the middle of the winter. It was like a turkey shoot or something. And Lester was amateur and went up against Mickey Alba and battled his way back through a double elimination head-to-head to take second place. He was doing Andric to fakies on the north wall. The thing had about 4.5 feet of vert. Andric to fakies. This is in like 1982, 83. Yeah. It was insane.
And the Benihana snuck that one in there from time to time.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Well,
here we got the cat.
Eddie Elguera in the bowl right now. Eddie did his own El Gato Classic out in Palm Springs a few months ago. Celebration of the history of skateboarding.
His celebration of himself. Come on.
It's a nice little 5-0 to fakie around the corner.
Full run. That little light right there that we see off to the side of our announcer's booth means 40 seconds, and that's a full run for Eddie Elguera. Right now, Lester Kasai in first place with a 72.33. Eric Nash with a 71.33. And that's a super solid run by Eddie Elguera. Momentarily see that score, and that is a 75.33. Straight to the top for El Gato.
I like to see Lonnie do good, man. He's probably the oldest professional out here. Like, he turned pro before everybody. I think he might have turned pro before Eddie did. Skated for Canoa Surf. He's a South Bay guy. You know, whatever. Chris Russell's talking about the South Bay, Mike Smith, and long storied history out of Redondo and the Hermosa area.
Lonnie's definitely put his time in here
at
the Van Skate Park.
Definitely a local up here. And so, have we seen Dwayne Peters in the building today?
Oh yeah, he's walking around communicating with his harmonica, so everybody thinks he's crazy. His little clown suit on.
Well, it's good to have him back. We missed him the last couple of years. Always fun to watch him. He definitely brings an element to the Legends division.
Drug addiction and girlfriend beating's a bitch.
This ain't easy.
Steve Stedham, first run.
All right.
Come on, Stedham, stay in the ball. Let's do this.
Stay in the ball. Let's see if you can stay in the ball.
Look at them chicken legs, man. Dude's got the thinnest ankles of any professional skateboarder out there.
Well, all right. He's out.
They're like toothpicks.
He's out, but he's back in.
No, that was a brief. Big long board slide right there.
Nice.
Coming up for the bio backside boneless. You know it's coming.
Maybe an alley-oop mute air. Maybe take a foot off.
Oh,
There
dance, baby.
It is.
Pose for the photo, Steve Stedham. I love the backside boneless. Solid first run. Nah, he's still going.
Oh! Nice little victory lap. Stagoo.
Second place. Eddie Elguera popped to the top with a 75.33. Steve Stedham in with a 73.3. Second place right now.
And so McGill was primed to do really well in Bondi last year and took a huge slam. Everybody was like, man, McGill's on fire. And we hadn't really seen him since. So as far as I know, it's the first time back.
Oh, man.
And he'll get a first wall rebate on that one.
Yeah, he was battling vertigo. He hit his head so hard that he really couldn't. Anytime he like bent up or down, he
can make skateboarding difficult for sure.
Yeah, whiz out. He was talking to me earlier today. He's all, I thought I'd never skate again. I thought this was permanent. And slowly but surely, he's getting his sea legs back underneath him.
And he's really skated good the last couple weeks. And I saw him skate here a couple times and even heard Cab and some of the guys talking about how good McGill's been skating the last few days.
Age has been really, really kind to Mike. Like, he used to be kind of a tool when we were kids.
You're backing him now?
I totally back him now. He's actually really, he's super sweet and he's really cool. Because he doesn't have the pressure of staying in it anymore. Yeah, so now it's just like, I do this because I like to.
I'm backing this dude in the pool right now.
110%.
Nicky Guerrero from Copenhagen, Denmark.
This guy has ingested more THC than put your analogy here.
These guys got a really amazing outdoor park, Fala Parken right now that Nicky spends a lot of time at in the summers in Denmark. They got a lot of new parks both in Denmark and Sweden. Really cool concrete skateboarding scene over there right now.
All right, and that's time right there, but he's still going. 40 seconds is up, and that's it for Nicky.
Love to see Nicky in the finals later today for the Legends.
I won't get in trouble if I strangle DJ Smokey, will I?
You can do it. You're Jeff Grosso. You can do it.
I get away with that one. I mean,
Nicky
really,
Guerrero
we got to fight for our right to party. I mean, the Beast. Okay, yeah, whatever. The Beastie Boys are cool and all, but come on.
All right, Nash back in.
The dark horse rides.
Again, what do you figure? Nash is probably about 6'3", 220. Like, he's a big dude.
He is a beast, man.
Yeah.
I know for a fact that he's 6'1" and 212. That's how close we are.
Hey.
Oh, man.
You got to tell us a funny story about every person that drops in from here on. Give us a Nash story.
The first Tahoe contest we went up to for the Massacre or whatever, the first ramp contest up there. Ross Kopp, Neil Blender, me, Nash, Lucero. I think Losi might have been in the car on the way up, but not on the way back. And Eric had to had to relieve himself, his bowels, and I wouldn't stop my mom's truck, so he hung his butt out of the window at 95 miles an hour on the 101 freeway, and Neil Blender took sequences of it.
Oh my gosh. Well, guess what? You'll be psyched. Eric Nash has an 80.
Nice.
Top of the
Rising
list.
to the top of the list.
Look at that.
Not for long, though. Joji's back in the bowl, people. We're looking for a fast plan out of Lester. Maybe a sock hop. You never know. This year seems to be kind of a safe and sedate, qualifying round.
It's interesting having the Masters and the Legends split up this year. It's a new thing, and we see, guys like Bruno Passos who had skated Masters, I think, last year and done well, or skated Masters down in Australia this summer, and to sort of see them all separated like that's interesting.
I'd like to really see them put some more money towards the Masters, and so that some of these other aging professionals could move from pros and into Masters and feel that it was not belittling themselves.
Yeah, it's interesting. There's
incentive.
guys like Rune and Andy Mack and Sandro that are
Omar,
Yeah.
and I'm not trying, it's just, it would make that competition way more legit.
Well, I talk to Bucky every year. I say, is this a year? He says, nope,
No,
not this year.
Bucky can still win.
Yeah, exactly.
So Bucky has no reason to move up.
Yeah, Bucky's a freak of nature. He's an alien.
Yeah. So,
Eddie stepping off. Little rock
El
and roll.
Gato. Mr. Me, is off his deck and out of the bowl. But we're going to bring you Lonnie Hermoto here.
Check out Santa Claus in the yellow shirt back there, cheering on his
Right.
buddies.
Yeah, Lonnie.
I know. The color combo that he's coming with this year is going to be insane.
Cab,
Yeah, right?
do you like the pinstripe helmet?
He's got the custom pinstriping.
No, I like that fancy fluorescent yellow one that he was running for a second. I'm not a pinstripe guy, though. I don't like that stuff.
Yeah.
It's not my scene. I don't like having my name all over me.
Yeah.
It looks weird to me, like, hey, Grosso, like 52 times on me. But, to each their own. Stedham likes to see his logos on every article of clothing, padding, shoe, sock, bearing, cover, bolt. He's into a bio back there. There's a little alley-oop a la Chris Stropel, YouTube.
Pretty big off the roll in there.
We're into a rock and roll. Stedham likes the round ball. He prefers it over the square. There's that backside bonus one. Crowd favorite. This is the one time of year Stag Goose steps on his board, so let's see what he's got here going into the square. He's back into the round, people. See, I told you I like it.
That's time right
Nice.
there.
Hey,
The fast
a new
plan.
move.
Ends it off with something big.
All right, I give him two thumbs up
I
for
used
that.
to love watching Stedham doing tricks on the Duncan of the original Combi Bowl.
Okay, let me stop something right here. It's not the Duncan. It's
It
called a
is.
hip.
It's the
It's a
Duncan,
hip.
man.
We don't turn around and call it. First of all, you don't give that coke snorting freak any credit of any kind. Okay? It's called the hip. The guy hangs up twice because he's peaking on ecstasy and has no right to even be on a skateboard. And then everybody all of a sudden gives it all this play for years and years and years. It's not called a Duncan.
Hell, it's just
called
easier
a hip.
it's easier than saying Peninsula.
Yeah, it's not a peninsula either. Round shallow, square shallow.
Got it. All right, the hip.
There's
Not
like
the-
3 different
Call it
hips.
the center hip.
No, there's only one hip. It's the main hip.
Well, what are the other two then?
It's just, you don't even call that out.
Okay, gotcha. I need a little clarification. Glad I got it.
Hey,
I don't
just
mean-
for
I
the
don't mean
record.
to-
Hey, wait.
I don't-
Mike McGill just
just
took an
ripped.
amazing run.
Yeah, he did.
I didn't
He
mean
did
to
do well.
rant and rave. You guys get me all worked up over the Duncan.
Second place for Mike McGill, 79.33. Eric Nash is still in first with an 80.
Wow, that run didn't beat Nash's run. Maybe they'll give some love to Nash. This is the year of the redemption. I'm calling it out right now. Pedro got completely ruined last year. He is going to slaughter children with a battle axe this year.
You're claiming Pedro
I'm
for the
coming
win?
with Pedro Barros for the win. The only person that can get close to him is maybe Bucky. If Bucky's got the fire this year, and we'll see when he pads up. Nicky Guerrero in the bowl right now. And I'm claiming Alex Perlson. You had a little rough go of it the last 3 or 4 years.
You know a little bit about battling those demons?
Yeah, so, he straightened his act up, and he's been working out.
And he's young, you can snap back from that like it's nothing when you're 23 years old, 24 years old.
One would hope
he's been on a good track, and we've.
I hope he stays on it because I really like the kid.
Yes.
I think
and
they got a general consensus. Yeah, Nicky as well.
I should be talking about the people in the bowl, right?
We're going to check out current leaderboard right now. Once again, the top 6 from the Legends semifinals move on to meet Steve Caballero and Chris Miller. We're going to check out the results right now, but Eric Nash is still holding it down with an 80.00 at the top. Mike McGill's in second. There we go, 79.33. Nicky Guerrero.
And so, Neil, it's worth mentioning that these guys are battling for 6 spots, okay?
Yeah.
We got an 8-man final in the Legends.
And we got
2 spots
one more heat after this with Tony Mag, Hosoi, Salva, Dwayne, all those guys. So I think the top 3 are looking pretty safe. There's a big gap between 3rd and 4th. So I think Nash, McGill, and Nicky Guerrero are sitting pretty right now. Elgato, Stedham, and Lester, those guys got a little work to do, I think.
It's a beautiful line. Frontside corner carve, up into the shallow, into a backside corner carve. He's into the round, into a board side. So maybe they'll correct this year and they won't ass rape Mr. Nash. Sorry, powers that be. We could fight in the street. I'll lose. But he's ripping right now. He's going back into the round. That took him out a couple years back. Was that last year, year before?
Oh, I remember that.
Slapped his head, broke his collarbone. It rattled him. Breaking your collarbone at 46 years old and trying to come back to skateboarding is a rough one.
Yeah, that's a sketchy bone to break.
Yeah.
Another solid run,
yeah.
Eric Nash.
Yeah, 2 in a row.
He's got a nice, bright, shiny blue helmet on for y'all. Oh, look, it's T-Mag.
T-Mag's been skating a lot lately. We'll see.
Repping Sweden and Osiris.
He's not repping Sweden, though. That's the
I
problem.
The weird Republican guy. He tried to get all mad at me about my political beliefs, and he didn't even know my political beliefs. And I was like, wait a minute, you're from Sweden. What are you talking about? You don't get to yell at me about America.
All right.
Sweden.
Check.
I love T-Mag.
Lester Kasai, last run right now. He's going to have to step it up a little bit to join us again for the finals. It looks like
this man has not slept in months, people, and he is out here skating for your enjoyment.
When you're a new dad, like going to the skate park is like the best thing ever.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
You know a little something about that
I do.
as well.
That makes you appreciate every session a little bit more.
Lester had a couple injuries last year as well. Good to see.
Yeah, he's got a titanium collarbone. He was showing it to me earlier because they put titanium in my bat, so we were all comparing titanium.
Legends division has a little bit of trouble getting through metal detectors at the
That's
airport,
right.
but had no trouble in the combi pool. Last run for Eddie Elguera.
Let's see if he can break the 2-foot mark on his airs, people. We can do it. Come on.
Eddie Elguera
Yes.
invent the frontside rock.
Let's not get started. He claims a lot of things, and then a lot of other people come back and claim that other things. You know, there's a book out, History of the Ollie Part 1, and everything supposedly comes from Florida,
Really?
according to the 900-page tome. You know, everybody's doing everything at the same time. The fact that he got the photos in the magazine at Skate City, that really made everybody want to do them, right? So, yeah, he gets the credit, you know. He may have invented them. Dwayne Peters has the best ones. So, Jerry Valdez out of Marina Del Rey Skate Park, supposedly, is the one that comes up against him.
76.67. Elgato just bumped it up 1.5 points. Still in 4th place, though.
Yeah, that 5-0 to fakie around the square corner was a new one.
I don't hear you. We don't hear you.
Later, Scott.
Yeah, sorry, Scott. We're just going to talk right over you. Lonnie Hiramoto has no knee, people. Completely torn MCL. He's in the bowl, though, for your pleasure. He cannot knee slide. He's into an alley 50-50.
Sketchy
Lay
alley-oop.
back there, roll around.
Yes.
He's off his board and sliding on his back. He'll have a Vicodin or two, maybe a glass of wine a little later in the evening.
Stoked to see Lonnie still made it out, even with the new, recent, unfortunate knee injury.
Here's another redemption song, another guy that gets just pummeled by the judges every year and is probably one of the best pool skaters ever in our little old geriatric division. Mr. Pat Noho, you'll see him skate here a little bit later, but right now, Mr. Steve Stedham. Stagoo. Stagoo has a really good sweeper. I wonder if we'll...
Does he?
Oh, yeah, he has that skipping sweeper.
Oh, yeah.
That's him. Well, Lance did it first, and then Stagoo did it. But again, someone did it in Florida before both of them.
He's got cool gloves.
Yeah. Smith gloves, sausage man. He's in the building. I really like that Stagoo put in some work, and he's got a good line this year. He might need to mix it up if he makes it to the finals. We'll change it up, sequences a little bit. Maybe we'll see a front to number right here. Come on, do it. No.
What about the hand flip backside boneless, the finger flip thing?
Yeah, that might have flown in 1984.
Yeah, I haven't seen that one in
Not
years.
these days.
You know, it's cool for a demo maybe, but this is a bloodbath. This is bloodlust. We want to see you like really going for it. Now finger flip, Christ airwalk, that would be cool.
Yeah, that's fully committed right there. Mike McGill currently in second place, looking pretty good to advance to the Legends Finals later today. Like we mentioned before, had a rough head injury last year at Vans Bolorama down in Australia. Had to sit out the pool party. Back strong in 2015.
McGill's looking good.
Lean to tail in the round.
Oh! Whoa. That didn't work out.
That's time for Mike McGill. We've got one skater left in Legends Heat number 1. Got Nicky Guerrero from Denmark. Then we're going to take a little break for Heat number 2.
It's like, I will have one space cake and a cappuccino to go, please.
See his buddy Rune Glifberg cheering him on back there. Those guys have always supported each other skateboarding at home and around the world.
Nicky is a fierce competitor, man.
It's like we got something floating around in the bowl. Not a big deal. They get that out of there.
Thumbs up to the Vans production crew.
Yeah, I think
grabbing the debris.
And there he is.
Nicky shows up to compete every year. He's not messing around. He knows that, the chances of winning are there. And,
Yeah, he's one of the ones I always sweat.
Definitely. He's a competitor. And he's got good style still. Like, he hasn't slowed down. Still looks like a young guy riding a skateboard, and it's a lot of fun to watch. Still throws in the finger flip lean details.
I know a lot of you freaks at home are going, there, I see him, I see his feet. That's right, people. Dwayne Peters is in the house.
I'm excited to see Dwayne, man. I haven't seen Dwayne skate
hopefully his
contest in a while.
Hopefully his psych meds have leveled him out, and he's going to put on a show for us.
I'm excited to hear some Dwayne Peters stories in the next heat. Nicky Guerrero, always solid, consistent skating. Hopefully we'll see him in the finals. He's in third place right now with a 79. We're just waiting on scores coming up. He got another 79. That's how consistent Nicky is. He gets the same score every run.
I'm going to get so much hate now. You'll never have me back.
We love it.
So the year was 1990. You ever heard a little thing called Julius Kessler, smooth as silk? That scar crossed Dwayne's face. So he's sitting on the my bedroom floor with me, and he goes, nobody loves me, Grosso. Nobody loves me. And I go, I love you, Dwayne. He goes, it's not enough. And he puts his head through the little French window for the French doors that separate my room from Ross Goodman's room. And Ross Goodman rules for all you people at home. And that was okay. He got through fine, because that's what Dwayne does, is he gets through fine, but then he decided to come back through, and the shard of glass tore through his lip, through the nostril of his nose, and all the way up to his eye. And he just shot blood everywhere. So we all took him to the hospital, and we almost all got arrested. And luckily we didn't. And then Ross and I went back home, and we drank a fifth of rum and punched out every glass window, crying that we messed Dwayne up. And then years later, I realized that I didn't mess Dwayne up. Dwayne messed himself up. So for all of you people that at home that are like going, Dwayne's God, that's my story for you.
Dwayne might not be here right now if it wasn't for Jeff and Ross taking him to the hospital, keeping him
Todd Prince and J.J. Rogers.
Check it out. Next heat, Legends semifinal number 2. We got Jim Gray, Ben Schroeder, Dwayne Peters, Pat Noho, Tony Mag, Krishna Soy, Eddie Radigi, and Steve Alba. We're going to give these guys a couple minutes of practice, but right now, we're going to grab a quick break.
Is this where I get yelled at?
We are trying to eat here.
Okay. I'm starting to get self-conscious, people.
Welcome back. Jeff Grosso is funny, even when we're on the break in between heats. Right now, we got warm-up going for Legends, heat number 2. We just want more Jeff Grosso stories right now. We don't really care about the skateboarding contest, but we will show that in the background. That is Jim Gray practicing right now.
Yeah, new face.
The dark horse at the top. Jeff Grosso psyched on Eric Nash, 82.33.
That's amazing.
Once again, the top 6 from these 2 heats are going on to the Legends final to join Chris Miller and Steve Caballero. Run us through these guys, Jeff Grosso.
Well, like I said, man, wow. I'm completely amazed that Nash is sitting in the first spot. It's Arcadia, California. I love it. For this heat or whatever, man, I really want to see NoHo. This has got to be the year of redemptions, man. We got to right the wrongs of the last 10 years.
I love it.
And NoHo has just been screwed.
These guys are going to get a couple more warm-up runs. Right now, we're going to take a look at some highlights from Legends Heat number 1. We're going to sell some of TNT's shoes right now.
Get a grip.
Lester board slide through the corner. Solid invert right there. Lester's currently in 6th place, so it's going to be tough for Lester to advance on.
Eddie O'Gara throwing a little aerial.
Signature move.
We saw Eddie do a 5-0 to fakie around the square corner, which was the first.
Eddie's got some insane board control.
Yep.
I'd just like to see him push it a little harder, you know? Like, get that hand on tile. You know why you hear that in the background? Because it's Dwayne. People like a hurricane. Dwayne Peters is coming, the master of disaster.
You can definitely hear. We see Schroeder in there. People are screaming.
Stagoo and his fast plant.
Fast plant that was on command for Jeff Grosso. El Gato with the 5-0 to fakie.
Mug tucking it down on a nice tuck-knee eggplant there, as he's done for his entire career.
Stagoo with a board slide.
Where'd Stagoo come from for Stedham?
It's just early 80s, like 1980, 81. He came out to started skating Whittier, and I don't know, man. Stagoo likes you. And then he'd always give everybody wet willies. It was really creepy. And he lived in Lucero's backyard for a while, and he never washed his pillowcase. So his pillowcase was just rankly dark brown.
Awesome. The TNT SG The undisputed leader in board feel and control comes the sixth generation of Vans TNT franchise for professional skateboarder and career Vans athlete Tony Trujillo. They called him an athlete on this sheet.
I want to kill myself. It's not a low top, people. It's not a mid top. It's a between top.
Thanks, Vans, for TNT providing us those replays. Right now, we're going to toss it down to Chris Pastras. He's got the dark horse.
Dude, get you some.
Eric, it was so fun watching you skate. This contest lineup looks like a contest from 1984 or something. It's so crazy. It's so awesome. I love this contest so much, the Legends. How's the experience for you guys?
It's such a blast to skate. Every time we come here for the pool party, you see all of your old buddies. It's almost like a reunion. You're just having fun, partying, having a great time in the pool. This pool is so much fun to ride, and as you can tell from the audience, it's just a blast, and everybody's having a good time.
How does this measure up to the original Combi Bowl? I know you rode that a lot.
Yeah, the original Combi Bowl was so mean and burly. It had like 3 feet of vert, big massive coping. I mean, it was one to take your legs out. And this one is so much fun. It's a lot easier on the body. It's a lot easier to ride, but it still is. The old lines are still there, so it's still a blast.
You've been skating with some of these guys for 30, 40 years. Who are some of your favorites to skate with at this Vans pool party?
Oh, it's always a great time to skate with my best bud from elementary school, Jeff Grosso, Lance Mountain. I mean, the list is so long it's hard to even say.
It's awesome, man. We got your man Jeff Grosso in the booth, and we're going to take a look at your run. Check it out, Eric. Let's walk through it. Take us through your line.
All right, just did a corner carve and a shab, coming up to a little 50-50, do some lip tricks here. Board slide, going to hit the hip and do a carve. And get ready for some airs here in the square. Backside air. I think I do another backside air here, and I might have sketched right here. No, I didn't. Indy. All right, and then 50-50 off into the shallow.
Such a killer line. It's so fun watching you skate. You got some heavy hitters coming up in finals. I know Cab and Miller go straight to finals. Are you going to change anything in your line?
You know, mainly try to maintain energy and try to go a little higher, a little faster, and keep it a little bit more gnarly.
I'm looking forward to it. Back to you guys, Neil. Jeff, you're killing it.
Yes. Thanks, Pastras. Hey, Grosso, we just decided that Nash can actually commentate better than you.
Yeah.
I think we're going to keep you here for the stories, but Nash, you're hired for next year.
Yeah, you know why? Because he works as like the PR guy for Stamps.com. So,
oh, really?
Yeah, so he always has to like go to Las Vegas and New York and speak in front of 1,500 people and...
Check this out. We're giving away all this cool stuff at the end of the day. So hashtag Vans Pool Party wherever you're watching from. We're going to give away this Vans Nixon Mini Blaster, some Vans TNT SGs, and this signed limited edition Vans Pool Party deck. Hashtag Vans Pool Party on Instagram, and we're going to give away a winner at the end of the day. Hopefully Jeff Grosso is going to hang around with us and choose the winner. All right, we're getting ready for heat number 2. Check it out. We can also watch this on redbull.tv. If you got an Apple TV or a Roku, you can get rid of the laptop and plug it into the big screen. Also, this is going to be showing on NBC in August. This is part of the Red Bull Signature Series, airing Sunday, August 2nd, 3:30 p.m. Eastern Time.
And if you're in need of any kind of stamps, go to stamps.com via Eric Nash.
You might
our
just
#1
get
qualifier.
You might
so
just
far.
get Eric Nash on the phone if you call him up.
All right.
Talk to him about his qualifier runs.
Real quick note, Grosso, we're going to talk about the Vans video real quick. Stoked to see a couple of clips of you in there. I love the straight leg invert. Pretty cool to see that project come to fruition after a few years in the making.
Sorry, boys.
Hey, back down to Chris Pastras. He's going to talk a little bit more about Propeller for us.
Oh, you wanted me to talk about Propeller?
Hey, guess what, Grosso? We are going to talk to about Propeller. We're going to go down to Pastras later. Tell us about the Vans video.
Oh, okay. You know what? Whatever. Greg Hunt gave me a call like halfway through the 3rd or 4th year and said, you're not going to have a part. And I said, thank God. And then we quickly became friends because he didn't really know what to do with this. And I found a ramp in Malibu that happened to be Tom Shar's old ramp. which is a whole other story. I was on this Easter egg hunt for this ramp through the Monster Children guys, and the CEO of Beats by Dre refixed up Tom's ramp, and we went and skated it, and then they were nice enough, the people that own the house, or the Rage Against the Machine family, they let us come and film there. And
that's Hollywood right there. All those names that you just mentioned and
It's
connections.
Malibu.
That's like
Malibu and money. So, so it was really nice. We got to go out for 3 days, and I was just like, hey, we'll just film like an old Pal Peralta part, and it'll be like Christian and Cav and me and all the transition skaters. And we went out there and filmed, and then Greg had to cut it down, so it was just the 3 of us. And at the end of the day, the 3 of us were incredibly fortunate that we were even asked to be in the video, because that video is so insane. Those skaters put their heart and soul into everything. We were lucky to be in it.
It's cool because you guys, it shows the history and the legacy of Vans, and just, starting with Tony Alva, and then the new kids just taking it to such an obscene, ridiculous level. But right now, we are going to toss it down to Chris Pastors. He's ready for us now to talk propeller.
I thought I could fucking dive down ditches after I saw it.
Can I say that hasn't already been said? The propeller video is so amazing. I worked with Greg Hunt. We brought him up through Stereo Skateboards. He turned pro for us, went on to become a filmmaker. It's a super creative take on skateboarding, but it's also just gnarly and raw, just like Vans skateboarding. You guys are going to want to get it. Buy it on iTunes, and we got a special extended teaser for you. Check it out.
Was it Guided by Voices? Guided by Voices is where the name comes from, propeller.
Oh, really?
Interesting.
Yeah, that's where it comes from.
I was psyched on the Ray Barbie clips.
Yeah,
that was really cool.
Ray Barbie got the loudest applause at the breakthrough, whatever, the entertainment night we all went to.
And seeing Pedro's part was just
Check this
insane.
out. Legends
Kyle
semifinal,
Walker.
heat
Kyle
number
Walker's
2.
insane.
This one is going to be good. Ben Schroeder and Dwayne Peters. A couple highlights for me. NoHo kills it here every year. Tony Mag, Hosoi, Eddie Radigi, and Salba. Grosso, I'm not leaving until you tell me cool Salba stories. I know you got them.
I moved into Salba's house for a short period of time until my brother's girlfriend came over and had a seizure in my bedroom, and then Salba kicked me out. That was on Mother's Day.
He kicked you out because she had a seizure.
Well, it was my fault she had a seizure.
Okay.
I was supposed to be a good boy, and I wasn't being a good boy. This is around the time when I was smoking a lot of weed and watching too much Bonanza. Hop sing, people.
Neither of those things cause seizures, though.
Well, I'm trying to G-rate it because the powers that be might get mad, but
Jim Gray, first run of 3.
We haven't seen Jim Gray ever, I don't think, at the Vans pool party.
There is absolutely no reason why Mrs. Jenner should be in the bowl right now. There's just no reason. He's trying to transition, but it's just not working out for him. Oh my God, it's so painful. And you know what?
Go.
He's going to put about 52 Facebook posts of video clips, and it's going to be like, I haven't skated, and it's been so long since I've skated, and just so grateful to have been able to session in the Vans pool party as I transition from Jim Gray into Mrs. Jenner. Look at him. Look at that hair. He's just like a fatter Wheaties box. Right? people. Come on, let's do this. Ben Schroeder, I have it
There we
on
go.
good authority that Mr. Schroeder is going to do a ghost ride.
Is that right? Is Schroeder really only
What's that?
45?
What's a ghost ride?
I'm 47, so he's 46.
Okay.
But he's hit his head a lot over the years, so he might not know how old he is.
What's a ghost ride?
A ghost ride is an acid drop where you kick the board out the coping.
Oh, yeah.
It bounces off the coping without you riding it, and then you run and jump
on it.
after it and catch it in the air.
Imagine bonking
Like,
your
whoa,
board.
whoa, whoa,
Yeah.
whoa, whoa. Oh, he's not going to do it yet. He was talking about. He wanted to do it on the hip. And we were telling him not to do it. Ben 10, like a locomotive,
So-
crash test dummy.
So stoked to see Ben back this year. I mean,
So Ben and I are drinking Campari in Tokyo, Japan. And I was naked. He had peed all over my bed. I come out of the bathroom. He tries to throw me through the 12-story window. And ladies and gentlemen, Dwayne Peters, he's still alive. This circus clown corpse is still breathing. He's dropping into the pistols. He's out of the deck. He's off his board, but this means nothing, folks.
he's got
He will
40
be back.
seconds to go.
First wall rebate.
That's right.
He should be skating to Tears of a Clown.
I feel like that's the same shirt he's worn every year in this contest, too.
You know what he does is he takes those shirts and then he digs holes in his backyard and he buries them.
There
to
you
make
go.
them dirty.
Little,
I'm serious.
Yeah.
That's the punk. I know all the little tricks they do to come up with their clown outfits. There's the indie acid.
Oh, look at that. Those knees
Nice.
handled
Indie
that landing.
acid.
Amazing.
It doesn't matter, folks, because Dwayne Peters, I can talk all the shit in the world. He is Godhead.
Yeah,
Look at
there he
that.
is.
Complete Godhead. I bow down.
Back-to-back cess
Bow
fives.
down and know the power of MOD. You know what? The guy has just shot his life away on punk rock, drugs, and skateboards.
I think
So for that, we must be grateful.
It's entertaining to watch.
Well, yeah, you know. Watching people die is always cool. Why do you think everybody were rubbernecks on the freeway? Here we go,
All
baby.
right, it's time
Pat
for Noho to get
Noho.
his due. And I feel like Pat's going to have no problem getting his due, man.
This
Pat's
guy-
so consistent.
Love that helmet.
Has
Yeah.
aged gracefully, man.
Yep.
This guy looks really good on a skateboard. Pat Noho.
Look at him.
If I was a girl, I'd totally make out with him and let him fill me up.
Not a lot of people escape from the vortex in the Venice, Santa Monica area, but Pat has let skateboarding take him around the world.
And, I mean, Pat definitely had a career in the 80s, but it almost feels like his second career has been a little bigger and maybe a little more
Oh,
exciting.
I love
Nice.
that.
Yeah.
It's an old move. Beautiful move. Brought to you by Florida.
Whoa,
Oh, God,
whoa,
Jim
whoa,
Jam.
sweeper.
No backside sweeper
He
today.
really shot it all away on a Jim Jam. See, this is what I'm talking about, people. You allow these freaks into the building and they throw the A-listers off their game. See, he saw Jim Gray, like that guy with a fucking wig on.
We didn't even see Jim Gray do a Jim Jam.
I know, right? And then it got in, it like a worm, it burrowed into Noho's head, and off his board he comes. And here we have T-Mag, people.
Hey, I saw T-Mac trying to spin some frontside fives earlier this week. We'll see how tacky he decides to get.
My old Baraflex team member.
He's been skating good.
He always skates good.
Yep.
We just like to tear him down.
Oh, you know, T-Mac can take it.
He's still got a good backside ollie. I know
He's
that.
got a good sense of humor.
There it
dude.
is right there on command.
I skate with him pretty regularly, and we almost always end up butting heads over something, and it's usually just a lot of fun.
Usually politics.
Yeah, you know.
Right? Man, what's that all about?
But he can take it, you know. He can dish it, and he can take it, and there's a frontside lip slide. T-Mag got his old H Street shape back in circulation, at least one version of it.
Phenomenal skateboarder, and I just can't stand to look at it. Sorry, Tony, man. I love you, but
That was a good first run, though, for
Gotta
Tony
be
Mag.
yeah, Tony, ripping it up.
I saw Tony. We saw Tony KO himself at Buc-ee's about a year or two ago on about an 8 or 9 foot backside air, and it was
Yeah, that
it was
took
crazy.
him out for a while.
Yeah, the dude's H-ing. He's like living dirt, and like he does the mega ramp, and like the dude goes for it.
Tony's one of
Dwayne's
our.
girlfriend.
Look at
she
this.
looks
Wait,
like a
wait.
walking
Grosso,
corpse.
commentate the dance by Hosoi.
Oh, here it comes.
There we go. Let us know what's going through his head right now, Jeff.
Fuck. She probably wants to get away from Dwayne's corpse of a girlfriend.
The headband around the helmet's a
There's
new,
the board
new
side
look.
coming out of Mr. My Knee Hurts and a backside ollie. Doesn't look like that knee hurts too bad to me, Smith Burt. Coming to you out of Los Angeles, Venice, Huntington Beach, wherever gets him the most props. People, he's carving, he's frontside ollieing, he's slashing.
Little Hackett style.
Little jar. I'm just gonna cruise it with this judo air. Damn, dude. I'm just gonna cruise it. I'd like to punch him in the thorax.
Where is the thorax?
I don't even know. It's like a Dr. Seuss book or something. But look at him. Oh, look at he's got one of those zany helmets too. What is with him and Cab? They're seriously. You know what it is? It's they're like drag queens.
Hey, check
The
this
older
out.
they get more drag queens.
Krishna Soy made a perfect run, and Nash is still ahead of him.
Nice.
There you go.
Come on, Arcadia, the dark horse. Now this is something I like to see. Mr. Dagger himself coming in the bowl. You need a ramp built, you go to Eddie
right,
Radke
Eddie's-
Ramp Builders. Makes a really good ramp.
That's right.
Hey,
He built
you know
the
what?
propeller ramp, the
Dude.
Tom Shar Malibu ramp.
His kid is ripping.
Yeah,
Eddie's son is
Ryder
Nice.
Radke.
Yeah, Ryder's killing it.
Say that 5 times fast. Ryder Radke, Ryder Radke, Ryder Radke. I like to see that Eddie actually got on, put down the hammer, got out, got on his board.
Put the handkerchief in the back pocket, pulled up the socks, and
Oh,
went to
yeah.
work.
Oh my
There's
God!
the backside blunt. And I
He's
was
like- he's
hoping
like-
to see that from Eddie.
He's like a giant potato on 2 toothpicks. And he's off his deck on the mute grab.
He used
Blunt
to-
of death. He made that up.
Yeah, as I
That's
say, he
his
used to
move.
throw that back in Del Mar in '83. I remember watching that in the old videos.
And here he comes, Sa.
This guy's got some lines in this bowl.
Salva's great, man.
Salva's so good, man.
Hey, if you ever get the opportunity to ride a backyard pool with Salva, I
Yeah.
would strongly recommend it.
If you ever watch the Santa Cruz videos, you'll see Roscop and him at the turf, and it looks like they're hugging and making out. We pushed Roscop out of the back door of the turf in a 10-inch ball hailstorm and closed the door. He had to run all the way around the building. When he came back in, he was bloody. And when he ran in, he ran straight. I'm the one that opened the door. He ran straight at Salva and dove on him, and that homoerotic interaction you see in the video happened. There's a story.
You go back and watch the
I love
highlights
it,
on
man.
that one.
So if you see them, it looks like they're hugging and kissing in the video, and you didn't understand why, there's the backstory.
Salva into third place.
And here we have a
74.3.
54-year-old Kylie Jenner
Actually, that was
getting ready to
73rd
drop in.
place just for this heat. Salva goes to 9th overall. Go ahead. Sorry to interrupt, Grosso.
I'm fucking speechless, is what I am.
Jim Gray, he's in there getting up with the coping on that one.
Jim Jam, people. He's off his board on a rock walk. He doesn't understand. He never gets to skate. The guy skates every day of the week. If you need any stickers made, maybe
right.
a banner, you give him a call. He'll get it done for you.
Well, and there's also that classic shot from the original Upland hip. Make sure I get the terminology right.
Yes.
Of Jim Gray looking like he's about to
Oh,
hang
look.
up and die. But let's talk about Ben Schroeder right now.
I love Ben.
How can you not?
A lot of personal problems, man, but you know what? He loves skateboarding,
Second.
and he always tries to come back to it.
And he's had a couple rough years. I was watching the whole recovery with the leg and all that, and I just never thought we'd see him rolling again.
Well,
And
you,
seeing him here.
you shouldn't drink and skate down hills.
This
It
is
doesn't really
A
work
lesson
out.
learned.
You're bombing hills, blowing stop signs. You're going to get hit by a car. You're
Hey,
going to
this is
shatter
a
your
really
leg.
good run, though,
Yeah,
right
Smith
here.
is shallow.
Oh, he's off his deck. Yeah, so
Man, I hope that's going to be enough to get in the top 6, though. That was rad.
he was ejected 163 feet out of the back of a car.
That's right.
Broke his back, cut his liver in half, broke his neck.
What, late 80s, early 90s, coming off the
Early 90s.
Pacheco Pass up in Northern
Ladies and
California.
gentlemen, Zeus Swain is in the bowl. He's on a 50-50 around the corner. He doesn't really know how to do 50-50s, but there he is into an Indy air, and he's off his board. He needs definitely an organic American spirit, and he'll be back in the bowl for your pleasure. Come on, Dwayne. Give it to us.
No rebates, but he's going to take one anyway.
Oh, God. Oh, God. Here it comes. An acid drop.
There it is.
Oh!
That was one of the slowest acid drops. It was like slow motion, like, don't hang up.
Dwayne he's had a rough go of it.
Yeah, we're glad to see him back. It was definitely those first 5 or so years. He was one of the highlights. I look forward to seeing him at ride every year.
Still do. Pat Noho.
Yeah. Pat Noho. He's got a thing with the colored grip tape. You see it always on his boards.
He's skating to the sounds of Black Flag. He's around the corner on a slider. Frontside air.
You ever stood on that board to see how long that board is that he rides?
It's like, what, we got about 4-inch longer
Yeah.
wheelbase, and we used to have the asymmetrical cut.
He's running a 15 3/4 to 16-inch wheelbase, rocking some 60mm Powell Peralta wheels. Woohoo!
Glad we have Jeff Grosso in the booth with us to give us the specs on height, weight, and board size of these guys.
Oh, man. I love that helmet, man. It's like a fashion show out here.
72.00 for Noho, not as high as his first run.
Ken Fillion off to the right, Texas in the house.
There's Ken over there, old GNS rider. One of the first boards I got.
Little T-Mag. Do you want to see me go 10 feet?
All right, let's see what T-Mag's going to pull out.
These days it's more like, do you want to see me go 5 feet, 3 feet, 2 feet? I'm getting tired.
Frontside around the corner.
T-Max from Germany now.
Right? I don't know how to do Sweden. I don't know how to do anything. I'm a moron.
It's all about meatballs.
Nice frontside 50-50 out of the Mag Tech Tour. Little lip slide action. Never ever do that crail again, Tony. And he's off his deck on Smith grind. He's like, oh my God, I hope Jeff Grosso is not making fun of me.
T-Mag currently in a qualifying position. He's in 5th place, just bumped up his score to a 77.67.
There's the dance.
Everybody deals with nerves a different way, you know. I like to go inside of my head and start calling myself really, really bad names from about 15 different perspectives. And Christian likes to dance to Madonna and Prince. And
shake his hips.
He should be skating to Raspberry Beret, but instead he's into a backside air in the round.
All right, so I get a bunch of speed, get into that backside board slide, nice backside ollie. Looks like we're a pretty similar run to what we saw last time.
Yeah, Christian likes to stick to the formula. He doesn't really come from the Jeff Phillips school of drop in, do one trick, and see what happens.
Locking the hands behind the back on that shallow carve.
As long as he doesn't do a layback, then I won't vomit a little bit in my mouth and we'll be okay.
Oh, you might want to have a glass of water ready.
Yes, he's off his deck. Thank you, Jesus.
Hosoi needs an 82.4 to bump out Eric Nash. That's going to be a 78.3. Nash still holds on to the first place qualifying spot.
Comes Mr. Dagger himself, Eddie
So,
Radigi.
We're talking Eric Nash's very first run has held up for the entire event so far.
That's
That is incredible. Talk about retribution or payback. He's definitely getting it. I mean,
it's redemption.
Redemption,
It's
that's the
redemption
word
song.
I was
Bob
looking
Marley, people. Bob Marley. He's a philandering, womanizing, pot-smoking freak. Got a whole bunch of illegitimate children running around, but we all love his music. It's really good to vacuum your house to. Redemption song. He's out of the bowl, people.
Eddie Radigi
rolled out. Look at that little devil flavor catcher thing he's got on his chin. Like a giant potato on toothpicks. Oh, now he's going to do it? Oh, my God. You know, sometimes I'm just embarrassed for my friends and I.
They're all doing it.
What's going on right now, Grosso?
I need a fucking drink. That's what's going on right now.
Salvo's in the bowl right now, cruising around. As I look over my shoulder.
It's manufactured fun, people. We're all having fun. Everything's wonderful. It's like the Lego movie. Salva's into a slider around the corner. Nice, people.
Good.
La Machine. Never, ever. Why? You could do a frontside air, you could do a lean air, but instead, no. You do the worst slob air ever known to mankind. And he refuses to let it go. We've talked. We said, hey, it's a hard thing. We love you. Please don't ever do the slob air again. That front, the lines, dude.
Yeah.
Shut up.
Those lines are impossible.
He's out of the bowl. I love him. I absolutely adore him.
2 runs down. We got one more run
He'll be the
through
last
the
man
order
standing.
of Legends semifinal number 2. Right now, the 6 skaters in qualifying positions are Nash, Hosoi, McGill, Nicky Guerrero, T-Mag, and El Gato. Salba and Noho still have one more run to try and bump into the top 6. If you didn't hear us earlier, Chris Miller and Caballero are pre-qualified to the finals for winning in years past. These guys are battling for the top 6. Back to the top of the list, Jim Gray, run number 3. Take it from here, Jeff Grosso. This is Jeff Grosso speaking, ladies and gentlemen, starting now.
My God. I mean, really. I don't even know what to say. Let's just watch. Let's just watch the gore unfold before us. He really does look like Bruce Jenner. Like if Bruce Jenner just went on a really bad drinking binge because he
Swelled up a little bit, maybe.
He got all puffy.
Yeah.
Like he spent a week in Vegas snorting coke and cross-dressing. That would be Jim Gray.
Oh, there he is. Is that Gail Webb?
The skateboarding mom.
Yep, still around, still
Wow,
shooting.
man.
And there's Ben
There
Schroeder.
he comes.
I want to see this ghost ride that you were talking about,
He
Grosso.
said he was going
I
to do
saw
it, man. I don't
saw
know.
a slow-mo clip of it yesterday, and it was insane.
Rolling power.
Yeah, he's
See
rocking
that
the groove. Oh, yeah.
Dig that groove, baby.
One titanium on the back, one regular on the front.
Wow.
Are they making him out of titanium now or
I
magnesium?
might be. There you go. That's the word I was
Come on,
looking for.
do it, Ben. Oh, he's going to do it. This is it.
Oh, right
Yeah,
here.
this is it. Watch.
Oh, my
Okay.
He is
gosh.
going straight to the flat, people. This is not going to be pretty.
It's going slow.
Oh my
Get up and do it
gosh,
again.
I've never seen that before.
Basically, it's like bonking your board off a speed
Yeah,
bump,
see,
you know,
it
and
works,
jumping back on it.
It works really, really well when
Yeah.
it's pipe coping
Yep.
because it bounces, but it doesn't get the bounce.
Slow. He's going slow.
Oh my gosh!
Yes! And that,
One more, please!
Totally
Please,
straight-legged.
Schroeder, do it one more.
my God. Monrovia, California's finest, people. Mr. Ben Schroeder.
This is what the Vans Pool Party is all about.
Hey, Aqua, lung, locomotive breath.
There it
Oh
is.
my gosh!
Yes!
That is the best way
Oh
to end
my
Ben
God.
Schroeder's semifinal heat.
Slap my ass and call me pretty, people. Ghost ride the hip.
Every
Passos.
year, we make amazing memories at the Vans Pool Party. That's one for the history books right now. Ben Schroeder.
I am fucking dumbfounded.
I mean, the roll-in alone on that hip is so difficult, but to be completely separate from your board in the process.
Roll out, roll in, revert.
Yep.
Dwayne's trying to answer.
Yep. Dwayne says, all right,
He's into a 540 slide. He's going backwards.
make another one.
Oh, here it comes.
Hey, Grosso, just for your information, Dwayne and Schroeder are in last and next to last.
That's okay. They're just here to dance, man, you know? Rolling Stones, dance, little sister, dance. Actually, that's not the Rolling Stones. It's some blues artist, but I know it through the Stones, so I'm a moron, and you can all sit at home and be superior to me.
I doubt too many people called you out on that song, Jeff.
I'm pretty sure about 400 people are at home calling me out on that song right
All
now.
right.
Anyway,
Noho's currently in 10th. This is his last chance to make it into the top 6.
Now, he can do it. If anybody can do it, it's Pat. I mean, when he stays on, he gets his full run together, grind reverts, board slides, all sorts of good stuff. Let's see what he's got.
I think the judges are really kind of frowning on the same run after run. You got to kind of mix it up. You know, you take 3 walls, you put it at the front. You take those same 3 walls, you put it at the end. You switch the middle.
Right.
So at least it appears like you're doing something different.
You can do the same tricks, just do them in a different order.
Yeah, and if the judges get the impression that you're doing the same thing, it's kind of the kiss of death, and it really seems like that's weighing heavy this year.
Hey, you know what? That's the first time Noho stayed on the full 40 seconds, so I think this is probably going to be his best score of the day.
That'll shoot him up.
Noho's score coming up. Still don't know if it's going to be enough to get in the cut. His top score right now is a 74.3. He got a 76.3, barely out in 7th place right now. Just 3/10 behind Eddie Elguera. Eddie Elguera still in the hot seat in 6th place. Couple more guys to go.
This guy's looking like he's going to be part of the top 6.
T-Mag, indoor back Sadali. Ooh, a little backsmith, Monty Grind, whatever you want to call it. A little rock and roll board slide a la Doug Saladino.
Dude, why does Mag hate Sweden?
Does he?
Sweden's awesome, man.
Does he actually hate Sweden? I've never been to Sweden. I really want to go.
He just loves America so much.
He's definitely a proud American.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about it.
I love Sweden. I mean, I'm proud to be from America, but Sweden's freaking awesome.
I don't know. Maybe he got touched when he was young in Sweden or something. Who knows?
Chop a couple digits
Yeah,
off.
he did lose a couple fingers.
Like
Like
that elevator.
there they are, all Jerry Garcia. Dude, I caught Andy Mack eating pizza with mustard on it earlier. Like, I thought he was a freak before, but now.
Really?
It's kind of gross.
Dude, pizza with mustard just spread all over, like ranch dressing. I get that kind of, I guess, but mustard, was that an East Coast thing or something?
Currently the top score of heat number 2, Christian Hosoi, still sitting 2nd overall on the leaderboard behind the dark horse, Eric Nash.
Yep, he's leading this heat right now. But Eric Nash from Heat 1 still got him beat.
He's got that flare hanging up.
He's not hurt.
Nice big
I know,
air,
right?
Christian.
He's such a, like, oh my God, what do they call that when he's a sandbagger, possum, plays possum, lays down, I'm dead, don't eat me, and then all of a sudden, here's a 6-block board slide for you.
5-foot backside air to start it off.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Looks pretty good to me.
Nice stand-up grind around the corner.
And he's out of the bowl, people.
Again, those corners are small, but they can take you off your board so easily. Jeff, how do you deal with those little corners? You just avoid them?
No, I just try to go through them real fast.
Yeah.
Just get them out of the way. The pool has some problems, and the shallow end's one of them.
The bigger you are, the tougher it is to deal with that shallow.
Yeah, I have the tendency to try to get up on top.
Yeah.
That kind of combats it a little bit. If you've got strong legs, which by all appearances Eddie Radke does not with those little toothpicks.
Nice Smith grind right there, kind of rolling over. Almost looked like he rolled out and rolled in.
Good old potato body Radke, he's into the square. He's into a rock and roll. I love that Eddie made a showing this year. It's fantastic.
Yeah, it's good to see Eddie back here. Good to see all the original Alva guys around. They weren't always known for being the biggest contest guys, and so it's cool to see them.
Grosso, you a dagger or ramp local?
I'm neither. That movie sucked. They came to Lance's and wanted to like get us all in the movie and asked us, and we were just like, get out of here. And I just we just refused the guy outright. And there's a story about Spidey and a swastika and the director, but I won't go into it, but it was kind of funny. And yeah, so whatever. If I was anything, I'd be a ramp local, because the daggers are just morons. And the fact that they brought it back like 20 years later, and they with their little vest, of course they did, because it's Duncan and he's completely fried on cocaine.
What's Zalba doing right now?
He's stretching, or I don't know.
Little drumming.
Fucking calling upon the ghost of B.B. King to drop on in and play his blues tune.
See Lance Mountain and Zach Miller having a little conversation right over there on the side.
Glennie Friedman behind him.
Yep.
He's into a frontside carve in the shallow, backs there over the hip.
Oh, I was talking about that Andrecht with Salba earlier today.
That line originally, the corner carve in the shallow to air over the hip into the deep, was brought to you by one Mark Gator Rogowski, people. He's the originator of that line in the old Upland Combi Bowl, which actually has nothing to do with anything today. Punch that Swede in the neck and take a rebate. Well, that was kind of anticlimactic if that was his last run. I'm lost in all this.
We do have 6 finalists to join Chris Miller and Steve Caballero. Eric Nash, top of the heap. Christian Asoy, Mike McGill, Nicky Guerrero, Tony Mag, and El Gato. Unfortunately, NoHo, Stedham, Salva, and Lester hit the showers, dudes.
Yeah, that's a good-looking final right there. Definitely 8 competitors. It's going to be, the first ever real Legends event, and we got definitely 8 legends in there.
Grosso, we got to say goodbye. We appreciate the stories. That was amazing. We would love to have you stick around. Unfortunately, the FCC called, and
We're
the cops are
down
outside in the
Just
parking
look at
lot.
this right here. Look at this, Bob. What is this? What is that right there? Look at that. Oh, it's so pathetic, right? Thanks for
love
having
you.
me.
We're going to commercial. Thanks, Grosso.
Yeah.
We love you.
We'll send you down to makeup and get that filled in with a little spray.